AI has completely changed the way I interact with crypto. And of course, at the moment, I'm using Nansen. There's Claude, there's Gemini, there's other AI models out there. But in today's video anyway, we want to talk about Toshi. And is it the right time to accumulate Toshi? What's happening with Toshi? Of course, you can see what my AI is coming up with here through Nansen.ai. Of course, it has a backend integration into Claude and other things. But this is what most retail don't get to see. And of course, in today's video, I'm going to break down what's going on with these flash crashes. You'd see massive wicks here, massive sell-offs here. But hey, is Toshi a good token to buy? What will Toshi do, of course, in the context of this market? And Toshi is a meme coin. It is the leading meme coin on the Base blockchain. But the way to buy these is rather than listen to influencers who bring out new coins and then they buy significant supply of the coin and then they make videos about it. In the last 2 weeks, I've seen countless social media personalities in crypto talking about obscure meme coins, and there is a danger of that in a bear market like this. I think once you buy 20, 30, 40% of the supply, or even up to 90% of the supply is held by the top 10%, it becomes problematic. That is why I'm going to tell everyone that I come across based on my experience. Of course, in this cycle or the up and coming cycle, I think in terms of my overall projections, I should do incredibly well and into multiple millions of dollars, precisely because of the intervention of AI. AI is, if you're not using AI to gauge intelligence right now, I think you're going to be struggling and again, don't just follow everyone and say, oh, AI agents and AI. And no, I'm talking about methodology and research and, smart money movements, whale wallets, team wallets, insider info, that type of thing, where in the past you would have had to be in a specific know-how in order to execute. So Toshi is going to be one of those that, no doubt, becomes a top meme coin within the Base ecosystem. Now, in order to do that, you'd have to ask yourself, why do we believe Toshi is going to do very well? And the reason why Toshi is going to do very well is because Toshi belongs to a chain without a token. And Base right now, in terms of value metrics, Base is one of the best in the entirety of crypto. I think here you can see Base is top 6 in terms of TVL, Ethereum, BSC, Solana, Bitcoin, Tron, Base. That's incredible. Of course, ahead of Arbitrum, Hyperliquid, and others. But that's crazy, right? Look, Sui is all the way down at 13th. So you could argue Base's growth has been nothing short of an absolute phenomenon. And it does have a market share overall of 5.33%, which is about 4.51 billion in terms of the total value locked in crypto. So that's insane, right? Ethereum is the king, and then you've got Base there. So you might be thinking, DXB, we're talking about a meme coin and you're talking about the chain. That is because, like I said, rather than burning money on these obscure meme coins that influencers buy a significant portion of the supply, then make videos about, I own absolutely nowhere near a significant portion of Toshi. In fact, my ownership of Toshi is modest, but it is fairly free and available to everybody. And there is no, if the suppliers are concentrated, they would be concentrated within the chain itself, within Toshi. And it's not an influencer or anybody else who's dictating that to you. So Toshi is an incredible buy. If you go back to my videos, I've been telling everyone when Toshi was over 300 million, I was like, yo, chill out. Let's get back to the bear market, because right now the price market cap has come down to a level which is starting to look very, very cool. So trading volume is low, well, significantly lower than it's been recently. And of course, 74 million. And I think, accumulation between here to about $50 million would be quite incredible for Toshi. So you might be saying, so DXB, we talked about AI. What are we talking about? So here's what I'm going to break down for you in terms of Toshi's current situation. So a volume spike could be, a volume, it's just a volume, right? It could be buys and sells. Okay. So after brief rally to 000191 to 197, consolidation at 177 and testing lower support. So we can see that the price has been fairly volatile and the price is traded in a tight range. Now, this is quite interesting. Flow intelligence, key insights for the last 7 days. So exchange wallets, net outflows. So about $100,000 worth of Toshi has left exchanges, which is bullish, really. 1.7x above the average whenever these tokens leave the exchange. And then fresh wallets, it's about 100,000 in buy pressure, which is about 2.1x above average. So new buyers are accumulating, which is good. Okay. PNL wallets. So these are the top traders, and these are spot traders, by the way. Net profit outflow, 920,000, 7 active wallets. Profitable traders are taking some profits. So these are early people or early investors into Toshi. 20,000, I mean, that's quite negligible. So in terms of smart traders, whales, public figures, and anybody like that, no significant activity. Exchange outflows combined with fresh wallet accumulation suggest that retail and new interest is picking up while exchange supply is decreasing, potentially bullish setup in the long term. So who are these wallets? Then we have, in terms of top holder analysis, we've got a token millionaire. He's a diamond hand. That's what I like to see. Another token millionaire who has a significant portion here. He's accumulating. Coinbase is selling. So that's what distribution means, right? So Coinbase is selling. Crypto.com is, I think Crypto.com there has got positive balance of plus 100 million. Bybit is buying. Gate is selling over the last 30 days. Distribution, Kraken distribution. Of course, exchanges will buy and sell and whatever. Top exchange holders controls 15%. And it's not the worst. I mean, this is very, very good. If you look at some of the other meme analysis or meme coin analysis, you'll see a very high concentration of above 50% here. I mean, that's insane, but this is beautiful. This is amazing. Multiple exchanges hold a significant supply. So it does have money flow when the markets get going. Bybit has been heavily accumulating 1.7 billion in 30 days. They've distributed a little bit since then. Of course, Gate, Kraken, top tier exchanges are all have this. So recent DEX activity, yield farmers sold 400 million tokens, $79,000 in multiple batches, April 29th. And then we've got a bot here that offloaded a 300 million Toshi, about $56,000. Again, you'd get to see these things, but what you're seeing is significant chunks of movements here. Net buyers, 21K for this particular wallet. And then you start to analyze the PNL here. So high balance PNL wallets, top performers. These are normally traders, spot traders, price movement spot traders. So top performers are long-term holders with multiple 100% returns. Those who are still profitable maintain 66 to 100% of their position, suggesting conviction despite the flatness. Now, of course, what are the pros and cons? BTC, of course, is one. Token supply inflation. I mean, listen, that's concentration 35% held by the top 20 addresses. I mean, that's neither here or there. What we're talking about is the long-term social sentiment, very strong, of course, and potential major SEX listing like Binance, Robinhood, speculation that's going to be quite key. So key takeaways: fresh wallets are buying, multiple top exchanges hold. Toshi, of course, price flat for the next 30 days. Yield farmers, of course, bots distributing, selling heavy. We saw that. Top P&L traders are taking profits. Coinbase, of course, and the other exchanges like Kraken are distributing. They're selling a bit. Medium concentration risk, 35% of the top 20. That doesn't mean, that's 15% concentration holding, but then 35% of the top 20 wallets. That's how it is now. So no smart money inflows driven largely by retail, and I think this is going to grow with base. So my overall analysis, right, what we've got to look at is, so let's see this particular wallet here. So this is the one that clipped and you can see that sell came right there. So if we look at this bot as well, so this obviously this wallet is transferred, I think TI is transferred in, yeah. So sold. So I haven't clipped it yet, but the major clip here, this particular wallet was a significant seller of Toshi, which is obviously understandable if you can clip 121 million, but you can see that had an impact because of the liquidity. You could see that there is a particular impact there. So overall, what is my expected prediction for Toshi? Well, medium to short term, I think price could fluctuate between 74 million to about 50 million. I think below 50 million will be an amazing buy. I think even below this current price or at this current level, it's not bad for dollar cost averaging. But because we expect Bitcoin to bottom later in the year, I do believe that Toshi is going to be a generational buy. Understanding that you could do worse off by not buying a chain leader. Like I said, Base is the real deal. Base is TVL. Base is hype. Crypto into America. All of these things will mean something. But overall, I do expect Toshi to be one of those meme coins that does really well on the basis of Coinbase and basically having utility, things like the Toshi tool. So long term, you got to understand this, we're talking about a meme coin. So the bull market's got to be the bull market. And of course, between now and a Bitcoin bottom, whether it comes in the summer, whether it comes in Q4 2026, it doesn't even matter. I think most people that are thinking about buying the bottom right now are just nitpicking, really. You just dollar cost average. Bitcoin goes down. Of course, I do expect one last leg of 60,000 to be tested. Then you go in heavy, but it is still, if you're thinking about maybe this doing a $5 to $10 billion in terms of the overall meme coin market cap, I think it is still way, way too early not to be buying Toshi. Like I said, you could do a lot worse by buying other crap, which are held entirely 90% by influencers who then come on here and talk about why this coin or that coin will do. This has all the listings, all the hype, the right chain. And of course, in my opinion, I think this would be at least a 50x meme coin in the near future. It could even do 100x from here. That would be 7.4 billion. I think this goes to 10 billion. So again, none of the things I'm saying here are financial advice, but this has all the trappings of a Pepe type of move in the trust that Coinbase does really, really well, and we get a massive Coinbase season. But regardless, anyway, let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments. Of course, I hope you like the Nansen breakdown because that's going to be quite key. And do let me know what coins you want me to look at next and do a deep dive on. Take care, guys. Bye.